So this is an air fryer that I really think you are going to like, and it's from a respected and well-known company. This is from COSORI, and this is their TurboBlaze basket style air fryer. Now, this is a 6-quart air fryer, and it's very nice and light. Anybody can carry this, and it can fit under cabinets. It can fit into small spaces, but best of all, this air fryer cooks things faster than any other air fryer that I have tried. And I have a lot of air fryers that I have tried, all different types, whether they're basket types, air fryer ovens, grill/ovens. They do not cook as fast as this. So let me tell you all about this particular air fryer. Now, first of all, when you take the basket out, all of this is dishwasher safe. So you can have this grill plate here. You can throw that in the dishwasher, or you can take the basket itself and throw that in the dishwasher. It is all good. And once you put it inside, it locks firmly into place. And for safety reasons, especially if you got little ones running around, they won't be able to open this without first pressing the button on top of the handle, and that will allow the basket to come out. This air fryer is also really easy to use because it is all activated by touch. You've got a number of different modes here. There's 10 in total, such as preheat, reheat, dry, bake, proof, and warm. And then you go into the turbo modes that's going to activate the fan to be at its fastest. And those are going to be for the modes for air fry, roast, broil, and frozen. So you can really be nice and versatile when it comes to what you want to cook inside of this air fryer. If you want to stick to things like chicken or beef or frozen foods, that is absolutely fine. But if you want to be more gentle and do things such as baking a cake maybe, or proofing bread, or just reheating things instead of having to use the microwave, this air fryer is gentle enough to do that as well. So before I get a little bit deeper into this and show you some things that I've cooked on it, let's quickly just take a look at this user interface. It's got the perfect color combination for me, black and orange. You hit that power button, and you can see there is a nice vivid display up top that tells you the temperature of the mode that you're on, as well as the time that you're going to be cooking for. And it's all controllable with these up and down arrows on the left and the right side. You can increase your temperature just simply by tapping it. You decrease the temperature by just tapping the down arrow. And of course, the time function works the exact same way. But the default times and temperatures that COSORI has built into this also work very well. So it already remembers. So for example, if you just wanted to reheat something, it's going to default to 390 degrees for 5 minutes. If you wanted to air fry something, it defaults to 385 degrees for 10 minutes. And of course, even though you can control the time and the temperature, one thing that you can't control is going to be the fan speed. So that is going to be preset according to whichever mode that you choose. And then there's also a start and pause button down here. So if you want to just take a look at your food, you could just press this button to pause it, or you can simply open up the basket and take a look, and that is also going to activate the automatic pause feature. Now, earlier I said that this air fryer cooks food faster than any other air fryer that I have tried. And apparently the reason for that is it has a DC motor, which is different from a lot of other air fryers that use an AC motor. And that enables it to give it more power so that it can cook foods faster than usual. So right now, I'm going to show you some examples of some food that I cooked, and I even wrote down the type of food, the temperature, and the time that it took to cook it all the way through. So I started things out with some corn on the cob, just some nice uncooked raw corn on the cob, the ones that you find in the grocery store packaging. And all I did was put a little bit of olive oil on the corn, and I put it inside the air fryer, and I put it on the air fry mode at 385 degrees for 15 minutes. And when it was done, you can just take a look at it now. They came out looking really good. Got a little bit of that char on it, which is great for corn on the cob. And then I just mixed it up with some Mexican street corn seasoning and some mayonnaise and just slathered it on there. Now, the great thing about how that corn came out was that it wasn't like really hard. I like my corn on the cob to be just a little bit on the chewy side, but it wasn't like super shriveled up as well. It found a nice balance with 15 minutes at that time and temperature, and it was just absolutely delectable. Now, to go along with that corn, I also had some pork chops, and that enabled me to use the roast mode on this air fryer. So I roasted those pork chops at 430 degrees for only 12 minutes, and look at how they turned out. The internal temperature was right where it needed to be in order for you to pass that safe zone, so they'll be safe to eat. So it was cooked all the way through. Nice color on the outside. And I didn't use any oil for these pork chops. All I did was just season them up, put them in here. I didn't flip them, and they were really, really good. So next, I wanted to try something bigger. So at the grocery store, I found some St. Louis style ribs that were already in the package and pre-seasoned. And it was a big slab of rib, and it was able to fit inside of this air fryer basket. And I used the air fryer function at 350 degrees, starting off at 25 minutes. And then once that 25 minutes was up, I flipped the ribs over. Probably didn't need to, but that's what I did. And I let it go for another 6 minutes. And when it was done, the inside of those ribs were really, really good. Frozen French fries is something that I cook a lot in this house. And typically, I set my air fryers to 400 degrees for 17 minutes in order for the fries to get cooked and be nice and crispy and not too soft. But this TurboBlaze air fryer does it much quicker than that. Using the frozen function on here, I was able to cook frozen fries at 390 degrees in 12 minutes. I also like to cook a lot of bacon in this house, and I really like doing it in air fryers. I think it's more convenient and is less messy than trying to do it on a stovetop. But cooking it in this on the air fryer function at 385 degrees, I was able to get bacon nice and crispy in only 8 minutes. Now, this is for regular bacon, not the thick cut bacon, but 8 minutes is all that it took. And on other air fryers, it tends to take around 10 to 11 minutes. So once again, the claims that this air fryer can cook faster because of that DC motor has held up to be true. And then there's frozen chicken, like frozen chicken pieces, rock solid. I wanted to see how long it would take to cook those in here. So I used the frozen option here, and then I cooked it at 390 degrees initially for 14 minutes to see how it would turn out. And they weren't quite done after 14 minutes, so I popped them back in there and I added 7 more minutes to the clock, and after that 7 minutes was up, those chicken parts were absolutely done. I checked them with the thermometer, and the temperature on them was reading at least 180 degrees for every single piece. So they were nice and safe to eat. And the inside was still nice and juicy. The outside had a nice crisp to it, and it was all frozen. So we're talking 21 minutes for rock solid frozen chicken to be completely cooked in this air fryer. And even while all that cooking is going on, and even though this cooks food faster than any other air fryer that I have tried, it is not super loud while it's doing it. We all know that air fryers have a tendency to really kick up some noise, especially if the fan is going as fast as it can. And this air fryer doesn't make a whole lot of noise. I mean, you're still going to hear it, but it definitely doesn't sound like it's a turbo engine to go along with the TurboBlaze name that it has. And even though this air fryer doesn't come with a bunch of accessories, you just get everything that you need to get started, but also comes with this really nice COSORI TurboBlaze recipe book. And I was actually kind of surprised when I was looking through this, because it has recipes in here that are typically healthier type recipes than you would expect to get with an air fryer. So for example, just going through here, it gives you a recipe for making bento box lunches, especially for kids, noodle veggie bowls. You got some sweet and spicy barbecue chicken thighs, chicken and veggie tikka kebabs, Cajun blackened fish with black bean salsa. I mean, it's really hearty and healthy looking recipes too. So here's General Sal's tofu stir fry in case you want to go the tofu route and you don't want to deal with chicken. So this is a very well done recipe book right here. And I highly recommend that you give this a look, and it separates things into breakfast and lunch and dinner. So you can always have some ideas percolating in your head for what you want to cook in this air fryer. And it can do a lot of things. So if you're interested in the COSORI TurboBlaze air fryer, I will leave a link in the description where you can find it. You can check it out on Amazon, where it currently has a 5-star rating, which is really quite impressive for an air fryer. And at this time, it's the only air fryer that has a complete 5-star rating. So that is very impressive. And from the time that I have been using this, I can definitely see why so many people think that, because for something that's in a little package and weighs so little, this air fryer packs a mighty, mighty punch. So that's going to do it for now. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Till next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon.